Well, good afternoon, Ben. Appreciate the time as always here on ESPN 1000. That was what I would call sweet survival in Sin City. How about it? Congrats on what you called a character win. Caleb called it a confidence builder, a culture builder. A lot in to that equation to come up with that victory, isn't it?
Yeah, I wish all of them played out like the week before, where we're up by multiple scores at the end of the game and we can just run the clock out. But that's not the NFL. In the NFL, you need to be able to win one score games, and majority of them are going to come down to that. There's just so much parity. There's so many good teams, and the name of the game is really finding a way to win at the end there, which our team did. I thought they did a great job staying the course and not wavering. They fought the entire 60 minutes, and we needed the whole 60 minutes to come away with that one. So um, I do think that's a game that we can really build on. And like I said, as ugly as it was in the moment, I'm not so sure it's not one of the better things for our team to go through.
And why is that? Because I'll accentuate that too, because Kevin Byard, he called it one of the best ones he's ever been a part of. Josh Blackwell called it an out of body experience. You saw the youthful exuberance. I talked to many players after the game for post game interviews, and the smiles on their faces, the belief that they felt you had in them also was revealed. Are those some of the things that you're accentuating here? And when you say that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I've alluded to it. We've got a mantra in here that we say we're driven by belief and we're built by hard work. And I really feel like our practice habits continue to improve every week. Our preparation continues to improve every week. So we're putting the hard work into getting the result that we want. And then you can just put words up on a wall, but they really don't mean anything. You got to bring them into life. And so when you go through a game like that, that's where the belief really starts to kick in, that if we find a way to keep it close in the fourth quarter, our offense is going to find a way to make it in the end zone. And same thing, if we have a lead there in the fourth quarter, our defense is going to find a way to protect that lead for us. And so yeah, I think it's a great step forward for us and where we're going and what we're trying to build.
I read this each week. Hightower has a specialist do some homework, so they dig in and they scout. And so Scott Daly scouted the long snapper. Scott Daly apparently watches every punt and kick in the NFL every single week of the season to see if he can find anything that could reveal something. What does that tell you about preparation?
Yeah, I think it's going a long way towards what we're trying to embody here, which is, even if it's not your primary duty, find a way to positively impact this team and help your buddies out, whether that's bringing energy on the sideline, whether that's, like you said, someone watching tape and finding a little nugget. You could be a starter, you could be a practice squad player who's not playing yet, and yet you can still bring a huge contribution to this ball team, and that's what we're looking to do. We just whatever it takes to win games, however we can positively influence the people around us, that goes a long way.
Final drive for the game winning points. As it turns out, the Caleb drive there, 11 plays. I think it was 4 or 5 throwing the ball and 2 runs there inside the red zone at the final stretch there with Swift to put it away. Just kind of what'd you see on tape after watching that again?
I think I saw on tape what really I've experienced since I came into the building, which is in the spring and in training camp. As we were growing within the offense, he would still find a way in a 2-minute setting to really come to life and make some plays for us, and that carried over to the game. I think it's really where he's at his best. He's still smart with the football, yet he knows that he's got control. He can manipulate the defense, and he can hurt him a lot with either his arm or his legs. And so I was really proud for him. I think he's got great confidence in what we're doing and where we're headed. And I know we have a lot to clean up from that game. I think we can help him out even more if we get this run game going, and we stay out of some of these negative situations. We were behind the sticks far too often in that game, and we put more on our quarterback than we'd like to. 37 pass attempts really isn't a world that we want to live in if we can help it. And so end of the day, we'll do what's necessary to win. And like I said, at that last drive, we needed him to carry us, and he did.
It sounds like your intention was to make some changes on the offensive line in the course of the game. As it turned out, it turned to be a Great decision because the second half, Max Crosby muted just 2 tackles. Did that make a lifestyle change of difference in that game?
Yeah, I do think it helped us just settle us down a little bit. Whether it was that change or whether it was going into halftime and just taking a deep breath and hitting the reset button, we were much better in the second half on offense. I think we had 4 possessions, take out the victory at the end. We had 4 possessions. We ended up with 16 points, and so I do think the guys handled it really well. And they just the composure stood out to me, the poise, things that we've been really harping on as a coaching staff. It came to fruition, and so we'll take a look here over the course of the bye week what that offensive line looks like and what our best course of action is going forward.
All right, defensively, you keep taking the ball away. So they're getting put in some really good spots. They're around the ball. The ball's finding them. Why?
Yeah, well, I think they're taking a lot of pride in being sticky in coverage. We kind of went into this game thinking that we might be able to get 1 or 2 in the air, and KB came through for us. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, we might be in a position to make some plays. It's another thing to actually make the plays. And I've seen a number of guys, the ball bounce off their hands or something like that. But KB, I mean, 2 great catches right there. I thought Tyreek Stevens's interception was outstanding. Is one of the more athletic plays I've seen this year from our team. And really, with the way that game was going, we needed every little bit that we could get. Our offense needed it, our team needed it, and I thought those were huge.
Do you have concerns about the run defense right now?
We're going to look at that. Man, nobody wants to give up what we've given up over the last few weeks, and so we're gonna look at that. We got to study it hard. I do right off the cuff here. I do think we need to improve at some of our fundamentals. I'm talking about shedding blocks. I'm talking about our tackles in space on defense. That's the same thing, same story on offense. To be honest with you, our blocking, our run after catch, things of that nature. We can get a much better there. But yeah, we thought going into this game, commitment to the run game was going to be big for us, both offense and defense, and that was the one key to victory that we fell short of.
All right, so you hit the bye week. I see the players will be gathered here for a couple days. Will this be important? These couple days.
Yeah, it's going to be about us. We're going to take a look at us as a team, as each phase, as a position room, as individuals. Just get some feedback on what we're doing well, where we're falling a little bit short, what we can do better here for the next 3 quarters of the season, and it'll give us a good time to get our bodies right, get our minds right. It's going to be a long back half of the season with where this bye week is located, but it actually works out well for our team right now because I think we're going to have a lot of clarity as a coaching staff schematically where we want to go, and then physically we've been dinged up a little bit here early in the season, and I think we'll be able to get some reinforcements back here real soon. And so I think this will be a great little stretch for us. The interesting part about I don't know if I've been hitting a bye week and then a Monday night game after, so it's actually even longer than normal. So there is such a thing as taking too much time off, but we do need to get away from football for a little bit. I think everybody does. We've put a lot into it here through training camp in these first 4 weeks that we're going to need to be fresh going in this back half.
All right, appreciate it, Ben. Thank you so much. Ben Johnson
Yep,
here
thank
on
you, Jeff.
ESPN Chicago.